Yes, gentlemen, I said trainability. A woman who is not trainable is a woman who is either single all the time or she's dating guys she's not really interested in. And dudes wonder why women cheat so much. Well, two of those reasons is that number one, most girls aren't trainable. And number two, most men don't know how to train women. Men are able to evaluate the tangibles that any given woman has or doesn't have. Standard operating procedure, right? But the men who are able to accurately evaluate the intangibles that a woman either does or doesn't have, those are the men who are the most successful with women and not getting got, if you guys know what I mean. These are the guys who rarely get burned, the guys who rarely suffer, the guys who suffer very little emotional or financial setbacks as a result of a bad relationship with a woman, if any at all. These are the guys who are able to correctly judge a woman, decide whether or not he wants to continue with her, and then further cultivate her good habits while mitigating her bad habits so that she can be the best woman she can be to him. And it begins and ends with recognizing the most important abilities a woman has to have to be considered as a potential training candidate for a red pill long-term relationship. And I want to drive that point home, guys. I want to make this distinction. These abilities are what you're looking for in a woman to train for a red pill relationship. Not the kind of relationship that most people have where cheating and bad behavior are rampant. If you're looking for a woman who's going to walk all over you and make your life a living hell, you're in the wrong place. Go watch Marnie Kinry's Wing Girl or any other female dating coach that leads men to the slaughter with the advice. But if you're looking for advice on how to properly evaluate a woman who will love, respect, obey, and submit to you, I'm going to give you guys of the most important qualities a woman should have to be in the running for a long-term girlfriend. Number one, it doesn't matter if she can cook, doesn't matter if she has a great personality, doesn't matter that she's submissive, doesn't matter if she's super feminine. If we aren't sexually attracted to her, we don't want to get with her. Ability is the most important ability because if she's not, we're never going to find out about all of her other qualities because we're not attracted to her. Number two, the second most important ability is availability. I talked about this a little bit earlier. The bottom line is this, guys. Men of value don't want to date a girl who's always busy. Yes, it is good for a woman to have a job. It's good for her to have a healthy social life free of friends who negatively influence her and or guys who are trying to get into her panties all the time. It's good for her to have productive hobbies, and it is good for her not to be sitting at home every night, spending hours on Facebook and Instagram. Way too many girls out here are just too busy. They're never home. They're always out of town. They're always doing something every day, every night, all weekend long. Now, that's not a bad thing as far as she's concerned. But women like this, a woman like this rarely has the time or availability to meet your needs as a man. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to commit to a chick who's never around, and 5%ers almost never do. If I want to go out to dinner or if I want to go on a weekend getaway, I need to know my girl's going to be available. I'm not trying to be with a chick whose schedule is always full. The third most important ability is trainability. Yes, gentlemen, I said trainability. A woman who is not trainable is a woman who is either single all the time or she's dating guys she's not really interested in. And dudes wonder why women cheat so much. Well, two of those reasons is that number one, most girls aren't trainable, and number two, most men don't know how to train women. Guys, women need to be trained because they're raised with bad habits. Social media is something that needs to be trained out of women. Checking in periodically is something they need to be trained to do, and so on and so forth. And if you're looking for a guide, as it happens, on how to train women, go to donovansharpe.com/courses and get your hands on how to build a quality woman from the ground up. Chapter 2 takes you from start to finish in terms of training your woman. It is a solid hour and a half of rock solid red pill gold, so you guys definitely want to check that out. Number 4, the fourth most important ability is teachability. Now, teachability is a little bit different from trainability. Let me explain. Training a woman means training behaviors in or out of her. A woman who is teachable is a woman who is willing to open her mind and accept new ideas about life and relationship, as in acknowledging the fact that successful relationships can't be 50-50, understanding that men and women are not equal, and so on and so forth. She needs to be taught that a man makes all of the important decisions. She needs to be taught that earning trust isn't just a one-time thing. She needs to know that she has to earn your trust each and every day. And that reset button is it each and every day. She needs to be teachable in that regard. If a woman is going to be set in her ways, if she's not going to fall in line with the way you run your ship, she's not going to make a very good significant other. Number 5, the 5th most important ability is compatibility. A lot of people seem to think that, how can I put this? A lot of people seem to think that compatibility means having a lot in common. They think that if you don't like the same things or have the same personality traits or the same religion and political views, that the relationship is doomed to fail. And that's just not true, guys. Being compatible with someone just means you get along. That's it. A common relationship axiom is that opposites attract. And it's, guys, it's 100% true. One personality on one end of the spectrum complements the other personality on the opposite ends. Relationships need polarity, gentlemen, not parallelism. So long as you get along with your woman, you're compatible with her. This means you're not fighting and bickering about dumb shit all the time. This means that when you go out, you actually have a good time together. This means you genuinely enjoy each other's company. Listen, the perfect example of this is me and my girl. Guys, Devin and I are nothing alike. I'm high energy and intense. She's laid back and easygoing. Right? I have an outgoing and gregarious personality. She is an introvert. I'm extremely regimented and disciplined. She is extremely not. I have a short temper and am very impatient. She never flies off the handle and is incredibly patient. I'm a leader and I have a take charge persona. She's more of a follower and falls in. Devin and I could not be any more different, but we get along well. We have a good time together. She helps to calm me down when I start to lose my temper, and in turn, I help her to exercise discipline and consistency. We work together because we're compatible, and it has nothing to do what we do or do not have in common. If you're not compatible with a woman, she's going to end up being a lot more trouble than she's worth. The 6th ability, number 6, is likability. Believe it or not, guys, I know a lot of you guys out here have girlfriends you simply do not like. I'm here to tell you guys, if you're going to spend time with a woman, if you're going to go places with her, if you're going to create memories with her, she has to be likable, guys. No, I'm not talking about a doormat who bends over backwards to please everybody, because those kinds of girls cheat a lot, because men will construe her kindness and eagerness to please as sexual interest, and always ends up going sideways rather quickly. No. I'm talking about a woman who is easygoing, a woman who's easy to talk to, a woman who has a very likable disposition. Girls who are unlikable are also hard to deal with around your friends and family. Guys, nobody wants to deal with having to explain why his girl is being antisocial. She absolutely positively has to be likable. Number 7, the 7th most important ability, is affordability. Now, let me explain something here so you guys know where I'm coming from here. A needy woman, there's a difference between a woman who is needy and a woman who's high maintenance. A needy woman isn't a bad thing. Okay, women need men for many reasons, and if you're the kind of man who can meet those needs, you guys are going to get along just fine. Understand, man, if you're going to be the leader, if you're going to be the alpha of your relationship, and you want your woman to be submissive, guys, she's going to lean on you quite a bit. This is just what she does. If you're the leader of the relationship, she is going to look to you for leadership. She's going to ask you permission to do things. Every guy says, well, I want a woman who asks me permission to do blah, 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 blah. Then when their woman asks her permission, Jesus, why do you fucking ask me all these questions? You're the leader. She's the follower. Listen, you pick the woman, you train the woman, guess what? She's going to look to you for guidance. This is how it needs to be done. It costs to be the boss. Needy woman isn't the same thing as a chick who's high maintenance. A woman who requires expensive dinner and drinks on your dime all the time. A woman who wants you to send her a $200 bouquet to her on Valentine's Day to her job so she can be the belle at the ball at work. A woman who doesn't understand the value of a dollar and makes suggestions without ever considering the financial implications. There are too many women out here that say shit like, hey, let's fly down to San Diego for the weekend. It'll be fun. Well, of course it'll be fun for you. You ain't got to pay for it. There are also a lot of women out here with expensive habits that they can't afford. They got to wear the best shoes. They got to wear the best clothes. They got to have the latest, greatest phone, all the latest tech gadgets. They got to eat at all the best restaurants and so on. This is a woman who is not affordable. Yes, gentlemen, it is okay to spend a little extra coin to have a good time every so often as long as she earns it. But your woman also needs to be okay with staying in and watching a movie or doing something inexpensive like maybe bowling or riding go-karts. If a woman has expensive habits and expensive taste, you'll go broke. And a woman is not even close to worth going broke over. Number 8, the 8th most important ability that your woman has to have is accountability. This is something that most women struggle with. Gentlemen, women these days never own up to their responsibility for anything. If a woman cannot be accountable to you for her behavior, she's got to go. She's not going to cut it. Red pill aware men are quick to call out a woman on bad behavior. This is what we do. If a woman is always giving you excuses as to why she's not behaving the way you trained her, then she's not going to be accountable, guys. She's going to make she's going to make excuses for everything, including why she engages in behaviors conducive to cheating, which is why she makes excuses in the first place. So you'll ease up and give her the space she needs to cheat. We all know all about that. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I have absolutely zero time for a woman who can't verbally acknowledge that they're wrong, and 5%ers shouldn't either. Number 9, the 9th most important ability is vulnerability. Women think that being emotionally vulnerable is a weakness, right? But they're only half right. Emotional vulnerability is a weakness for men. Because if a woman knows a man is emotionally vulnerable, she will lose respect for him, keep that under her hat, and exploit it when she's ready to jump ship. A woman who is emotionally vulnerable is a woman who is feminine. Men don't want to be with women who have a hard and bitter, sullen disposition. That's not what we want. We don't want girls who are guarded all the time. We don't want women who close themselves off. That's just not what we want. No. We don't want women who close themselves off emotionally, because, guys, that's a masculine trait. And men don't want masculine women. Guys, being invulnerable is another characteristic that girls pretend to have because that's what they want in a man. Women always try to be exactly what they're attracted to, and it never works. If you want a man, ladies, don't act like one. Ladies, be vulnerable. If you have feelings for a guy, let him know. Don't act like you don't care, because he's going to assume you don't care. And what is he going to do then? He's going to check out. And think about this, ladies. Why would a man commit to you if he thinks you don't care? Why would a man put in more effort if you lead him to believe that you don't want him to make an effort? Men of value commit to women who are not afraid to let them know, hey, I have feelings for you and I want to be with you. Just because, ladies, it's unattractive to you when men do it does not mean it's unattractive when you do it. And I'm not saying be creepy about it or start talking about kids or meeting his parents or anything crazy like that, but completely hiding your feelings, that's equally bad. Be vulnerable, ladies. Vulnerability is attractive to the men you're attracted to. Trust me. And oh, by the way, if your emotional openness, honesty scares him away, then guess what? He wasn't looking to be in a relationship anyway. And the last time I checked, ladies, y'all don't like wasting time with men who are uninterested in a relationship outside of sex. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Link in description.